It's far more than a bakery or a restaurant or a cafe because it's more than food and it's more than serving bread and making bread.
It brings experiences, it brings friendship, it brings a community together.
And that's kind of why it's been such a meaningful part of my life for the last 5 years.
My full name is Marie-Luce Denis.
I'm Brad Lebrenz. I grew up in Edmonton, in the south side of Edmonton.
I'm originally from Repentigny in Quebec. It was always about healthy eating. We were always going to farmers markets to get our vegetables, our meat. We moved out west, and that was a big transition. My mom, she wanted to find where the French pâtisserie and who made the good wholesome bread and who made the delicious cakes and who made the cheeses. So it was always an experience of really getting to know small little companies that were trying to do really delicate, beautiful work.
My parents put on these enormous family dinners, but I wouldn't say that food was the central focus point. I had a couple good friends that were very into food and wine, and if you ever got the invite Thursday, 11:30 at night, you just went. That was the rule. You had to go. The reason we started French 50 actually came from a lot of Friday nights when Marie and I would spend time together, probably having a few glasses of wine and then dreaming.
It started all about passion and just about finding good, delicious, simple bread.
We've been to France many times, and I always thought Alberta has so many great things going for it, but one time after coming back, I just said, why can't we get bread like this here?
A great piece of toast with butter on it, and it crunches every bite.
The first few iterations of bread that I made were absolutely horrible.
Brad is extremely stubborn. He was studying, he was looking it up, he was buying cookbooks, he was perfecting it.
So I just kept trying, and eventually it got pretty good. Another evening we said, why don't we just try to put it in farmers markets?
The first one, people were touching the bread, didn't even know it was bread.
We had a lot left over, but then we went again.
The second time, there was a little bit of a buzz with our bread.
And I think we sold out, but it took the whole time at the farmer's market to sell out. And then the third one, I was still baking at home. Marie was calling me saying, you need to make more bread. Like, it's gone. It was an hour into the farmer's market.
Others were really enjoying it and coming back for it and asking for more.
It just gave us the big adrenaline rush.
Our life has changed quite a bit. As we grew in popularity of people wanting more, we realized that we could offer further more. So pastries became more of a focus. And then we rolled into small, breakfast things, and it's just grown from there, really.
We have two boys named Caleb and Matisse. They're 3 or 4 years apart, and they are absolute best friends.
At the beginning, it was fascinating. Matisse was our biggest cheerleader. He used to be like, I'm all in. Let's do it. I'll work all the time for you. Caleb did too, actually. Caleb was on his way out. He was just leaving for university.
So we thought, okay, Matisse is 14, 15. He can work up front. He'll be the barista. Marie's going to sell bread up front. I'll be in the back doing all the baking. It really didn't happen like that because we got pretty busy pretty quick.
I think we were like hour 52 of working nonstop, getting ready for opening. We were running on fumes. One of our colleagues, she kept on looking at me going, but we need to hire more people. How many full-time jobs did I just create? How many people are we responsible for? And that night, Brad and I held hands, and I was just like, what have we gotten ourselves into? And we both started laughing.
We knew that we needed good people.
Well, guess what? It was Caleb and Matisse's friends that were coming knocking on the door, and it was incredible people some are still with us, which is pretty unique.
And here we are 5 years later. We have a very wide range of assortment of French pastries.
We have croissants, We have cannelé de Bordeaux, delicious if you've never tried it.
Garlic rosemary twists, brioche buns, a cinnamon brioche roll, jambon gruyere sandwich.
Caleb pushed us one day and he was like, seriously, we should be doing homemade eggs Benny, call it 50s Benny, and it has been one of like the most successful plate that we have on the menu.
And then we have all kinds of pizzas.
We named one after our boys, and which is called Les Gars, which is a pepperoni and cheese pizza. It's their favorite to this day. For our dessert, we wanted to keep actually a very classic French Québécois dessert. A pudding chômage is a bread pudding, and we've made our own twist to it, but we've made that as a great dessert just down memory lane. We met, I was 16 years old and I was working at the Bay.
She had a cute little French accent,
He was super cute.
but we were friends and we hung out.
Much later on, in my early 20s, I bumped into him and was super happy to see him.
It kind of hit off and we kept talking, and it was a kind of a whirlwind romance, I guess.
C'est la vie. Brad and I's basic fundamentals of the importance of working together goes way further than working individually.
We've been a team, I'd say a good partnership our whole time together, and that's why the business, I think, was sort of natural for us to do together. I think we're getting really good at it, but that's not me. I'm the person that maybe had a part in starting this thing, but it's really the team that is behind us that makes our food good.
When people just stop us and just say, this is fantastic, it's fresh, and it's simple.
Seeing people happy with the food that we make, that's what makes my tires keep rolling along. I don't know why that is so appealing, but it is.
I'm excited for the new journey of just seeing where else we can take French 50 and what it will become. French 50 is a girl, French, and her last name is 50, and she tells us all the time what she needs, and sometimes she's really demanding, but she has shocked me how far along she's grown and where she wants to take us. So we're just listening to her and we're learning the avenues where she can go.
I mean, it's just so fulfilling. Can never forget what started this, and that is our love for good food.
And I get to experience it with Brad.
With Marie, it's something that we love doing.